Exes. I'm Elana.
I'm Hannah.
I'm Katie.
I'm Georgia.
My first kind of reaction when I heard about you guys, being that I am from Texas, was like, where did you come from? Because I know you guys are from Sydney, correct?
Yeah.
So I heard, the Texas part of it. I was like, why Texas out of all the states in the United States and out of all the places in the world? It's kind of curious. Can you tell me where the name came from?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have been asking that question when we've been in Texas, which is perfectly reasonable. We Googled the worst/best country song titles of all time, and there was an amazing list, which is totally worth googling. But one of the songs that came up was "All My Exes Live in Texas" by George Strait.
Oh.
And so we just adjusted it to be an inclusive name, all our exes, because we thought it was sort of fun, a bit silly, which is kind of like what we are like on stage, and also I guess it does also represent with the kind of Americana-y, folky music that we're playing as well.
I think it's awesome. I heard the name, like, that's so interesting because it catches your attention. And then when I'm from Texas, I'm like, I wonder.
We didn't really think that it was gonna, like, the band was gonna go on for very long, so it was kind of meant to be a bit of a throwaway, funny thing, but it's actually worked really well. It's quite memorable.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that you guys met on the Oh Brother, Where Is Thou show, correct? That's where you guys started playing as a group. So how did that come about? How did you guys kind of started with the idea of forming the band?
Well, we were hanging out a lot as friends, and we were all very into that music, that like bluegrass music, and a lot of the artists from that Oh Brother Where Art Thou soundtrack. And we had a lot of friends that were playing bluegrass bands, but at the time we all had solo careers.
Yeah.
So our friend put on a gig. It was an Oh Brother Where Art Thou tribute type gig, and asked us if we wanted to put something together for it, and we thought it was a really fun idea. It was about a month until the show, but we all are piano players, so we decided that in order to sing together we needed to play different instruments, so we picked up new instruments for the band a month ahead of the gig, and then performed, and it was a really exciting, scary moment. It was only half an hour, but it was probably the scariest half an hour of all of our lives.
Yeah.
It was more about us loving each other and having fun on stage, and I think that meant
And singing together.
And so the audience kind of really dug it, and then we ended up getting another show, and then another show, and then got to a point where we are just doing this. This is what we do. Yeah.
So hearing from this, it wasn't a difficult transition from having a solo career to having a group career, or was it kind of difficult to kind of incorporate you guys in a band?
I guess because so the way we write songs is you write a song and then we bring it to the group and then we work on it together. So I guess having the same process of writing be so similar that it hasn't been that hard to then have your solo songs but then bring them to the group and then work on them has made it's pretty easy to transition into this.
We still get to have we still get to sing our own songs, but we back each other
I'm
up.
still the star.
Yeah. It's actually just amazing to have 4 people working on something, because we all came from solo projects, so we were used to having to do everything ourselves. Right. And now it's like the power of 4. It's actually amazing. You get a helping hand. Well, you get 3 helping hands.
Yeah.
I know you guys are big on harmonies, correct? And just by the sound of your music, I'm like, oh my god, how do they come together? So it sounds so smooth. It sounds coherent. So if you were to take maybe through a little, or like a summary of how you guys come about with your songs, how you write them, because you're all songwriters as well, right? How does that process for you guys?
So as Hannah said, we write separately, and then we bring the song to the group, and we might have an idea of how we want it to sound, but depending on what sort of happens, the song can change from what you originally thought it might be to something different, and often better, just because there's 4 people having ideas, and it's a really safe place. Like, I've never felt judged. We recently wrote a song together with a producer, Tony Buchan, and it was so much fun. So hopefully we'll do a bit more of that. We've never done that before, writing together, but amazingly, I think because we all are so different, and it's a really diplomatic, egoless kind of space to work in. Musically, we've never had any kind of issues, so it was really, really fun. So there's kind of two ways we've gone about it. One is the way we've done it for this last album that we released last week, and the next kind of step is probably to do a bit more writing together.
That sounds awesome. I can't imagine. I mean, sometimes I have trouble with my head, like, oh my god, it's just one of the little on four, but you make it flow so nicely, and I was impressed by that.
Thank you.
Especially with the harmonics of it, I was like, oh, this sounds so beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, it's very different from what I heard before, but it's very different in a nice way. And so I know you guys have 4 unique instruments, because usually, you know, we have either like the bass, the guitar, and the drums, or maybe just the guitar and the piano, but you guys have awesome instruments in there, and you make it sound so good. So I know you have the mandolin, you have the guitar, the ukulele, and the accordion, right? So how did you feel about that? That's awesome. I heard the mix of it, I was like, that's inspirational.
Well, I think when we formed, we were hanging out with a lot of friends in Sydney who play in bluegrass bands, and we were going to their shows and then going back to someone's house, and everyone was sitting in a circle and jam and drink lots of whiskey, and so we kind of were, I guess we wanted to pick up instruments that we could kind of jam with them on, and like a friend of mine he's an amazing mandolin player, and so he was sort of teaching me, and like Katie had played guitar a bit at school, and like we just kind of picked up those instruments, I guess, so we could sort of have a jam together. Yeah, with these.
You can wander around with the instruments we play relatively easily. With grand pianos, it's not so much.
We didn't really think too hard about how they would mix together.
No.
Happy accident.
Yeah.
Just because we thought it was going to be the one show, it was like, okay, well, I guess I'll play these.
Yeah, it was.
And now I got really lucky because the ukulele is so easy to travel with.
The line is
Mine's the bulkiest.
the devil's backpack.
Yeah, stomach stone.
Like we don't have any amps, we don't have any drum kits. It's
Yeah.
such a breeze.
Yeah, for a situation like this where you have a showcase and you can just plug in
so good.
and play,
It's amazing.
so much easier than electronic music where you have to set up your samples and make sure you've got good fallback, and yeah, it's
And you don't even
breeze.
have to plug in sometimes.
Yeah,
Like
that's really nice.
we played at Folk Alliance, which is another amazing music conference a couple of weeks ago in Kansas City, and we did, it's like little hotel showroom, like shows in hotel rooms, and there's no amplification, so, and that's the nicest thing, to just stand without anything between you and the audience and just play and sing together. It's actually amazing.
Yeah.
You guys didn't grow up with each instrument, right? Like you just picked them up a while ago, and that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Weird choice. Weird choice the month before a show to be like, sure, new instruments.
Oh, that's great. I know that you guys have been to several festivals, a lot actually by what I was reading, but is this your first time in South by Southwest? It is, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about it? Do you like it? Are you
I feel like we're just dipping our toe in. It seems huge, and for weeks I've been excited and nervous because I think it's probably the biggest conference. We have a conference in Australia called Big Sound, but it's nowhere near as big as this.
This is the biggest one in the world.
It's the biggest one in the world. So yeah, we're excited and very excited to see new music and experience all the other artists that are playing.
Is this your first time in Texas?
First time as a band in Texas.
As a band in
Yeah, I came here last year for a holiday for 4 days, but and just did vintage shopping.
Not sure if you can tell.
But I loved it. Austin was like my favorite part of my holiday, so I was really excited that we were coming back.
We are trying to post kind of different things for each band, kind of with a preview of what the audience can expect from that show. I know that you guys can't give away too much, but if you could tell us maybe a little preview of your appearance in South by Southwest, what would you like? What words would you use to let the audience know? Kind of like maybe a little peek into the performance.
Well, we're all quite silly on stage, so you can expect a bit of a chat.
Okay.
And we all sing kind of a song each at least, so you'll hear everybody's.
It's a lot like the Pussycat Dolls.
It's very similar. Come to the show and you'll find out.
I like that answer. Well, thank you so very much for the opportunity to talk to you, to chat with you for a little bit, for giving the audience of Music Why Not the chance to hear you out, and we are so excited to have you here, and we can't wait till we get to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You can